We made it home. We made it home.
Woo!
What a long weekend. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Howling
I
Hour.
just said something. I
The
mean,
final week of the month before we get into Scream stuff, probably all next month and for several weeks. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We got a lot of things to cover today. We're going to talk news. We're going to talk theories. If there's some theories that are out there, we're going to answer some questions. And we're going to talk about our experience at the UnpubCon this weekend where we play through stream the board game. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff. So we got the full crew here. This is a very rare occasion.
Booyah.
So
It is.
welcome, Danny.
yeah.
Welcome, Marcus. Welcome, Noah.
In
And
the
welcome,
flesh.
Lucas. What is going on, fellas?
Yo.
What a zoo.
I got
How's it going,
so for all of you that don't know, my computer crapped out on me, so I'm using my old stuff. So I have like a bunch of tech right now, and I'm trying to figure all of it out on old technology. We're doing great.
So that's how Danny's weekend is going and starting off his new week. Marcus, how are you doing?
Well, my clumsy butt injured myself this week. Slipped and fell.
Oh
in the
no!
kitchen and banged up my leg and back. So yeah, been out of commission the past couple of days.
Damn you, old!
I feel like it, man. Yeah.
Kevin Hart. Damn.
Yeah, that's definitely one of
Alright.
those Kevin Hart moments, man.
Oh boy, yeah. So Noah, Lucas, how's it going?
We're
Well,
chilling.
I mean, we were hanging out all weekend in a hotel room together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were.
We could see each other shower.
we slept in the same bed.
Oh my God.
Ah!
We gotta talk about the hotel room, right? We gotta talk about the hotel room. And a guest room.
All right, let's
The guest
start from
room-
the top there.
It's a bench.
Wait, no, nobody heard what
So we get it.
you were saying. Nobody started from the top.
All right, I'm
What the
starting over.
shit?
All right, so we get in and we're supposed to have a guest bedroom, right? We're supposed to have a guest bedroom. That guest bedroom, stop the docking.
All right, so I will explain the story since we keep getting off track. So,
No,
Hotel.
I'm explaining. Yeah, there's a bench under the TV. That is our guest bedroom. According to the downstairs hotel room attendants, guest rooms don't exist. They have no idea what we're talking about. So he sleeps on the floor next to Cece. We share the king size bed because for some reason he wanted to sleep on the floor. The bathroom, which is a wall that's behind the bed. So you can hear everything. You can hear everything.
Yep.
It's a sliding door. It's a sliding door with no lock. It's got a gap that you can see into, so you can peek, see your friends as they're going to the bathroom. And the shower that has a window. Now it is glassed, like it's foggy or whatever, but you can see people through it. So if you're showering at night, you can see people through that glass. So if you get
Yep.
cheeks or you scrub your cheeks, right through that shower window.
Yeah, if that light's on, you're getting a full silhouette of someone's derriere.
It's crazy. It was crazy.
yep.
If I may, I recommended that one of us take a picture with our booties pressed to the window so that they would have a really funny outline. No one went for it.
You
But-
could have done it.
I could have done it. I didn't. But this
Alrighty.
weekend is all about lost.
This is not this type of show. Come on, guys.
Yep. All right, now we're moving on
Funny,
now.
that
We're
kind of
moving
thing, I
on
guess.
now. Yeah, we're moving on now. So what we're gonna do
Yeah,
today?
that
we have a lot
derailed
of
quickly.
topics- Yep, we have a lot of topics to cover today. King Matthew is with us. He already has a theory idea he wants to throw out there. We're gonna save Stream to the end, and we're gonna talk about Stream also at the end. But I want to talk about what that's going on with Saw 11. Like, guys, so Saw 11 was canceled, or was it canceled? Like, I don't know what's going on because, oh, it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. So let's kind of talk
I
about
think-
what's been going on.
So like what, Billy's an
first of all-
HR. He's an HR representative.
Well, wait, we're getting there. We're getting there. Stop jumping ahead in
Apparently,
the
I'm rushing
agenda
the
here.
only important news.
Yes. So, if you haven't heard already, Saw 11 has been canceled. One of the reasons why, or the rumors behind why Saw 11 is canceled, is because Blumhouse, our favorite horror production company that likes screwing the pooch lately when it comes to horror movies, is trying to buy a lot of the IPs from Lionsgate so that they can produce the films. So what was going on with Saw 11 is there was a disagreement about what direction Saw 11 should go, and then it kept going through hurdles, and then a disagreement, and then it officially got announced that it was off the table. It got removed from Lionsgate slate, and there, everybody thinks it's dead. But there's still rumors that Blumhouse wants to buy the entire IP from Lionsgate and then begin producing films again. Meanwhile, we have Billy, which Noah is bringing up, who has joined LinkedIn as a life coach. And there's been
Yeah.
random posts out there from Billy and him being spotted around in various places. So, I don't know. Is maybe Saw 11 actually filmed? And we're doing some teases for this here because why are we promoting Billy the Puppet and Saw if the movie's canceled?
So my
I would
understanding
Fans involved
was
long enough.
that they had already started filming a
Mhm.
while back. Uh,
Yep.
like either starting like November, December, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't doubt that they already got like, stuff in the can already and just trying to work out the logistics on the back end. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, that'll be good publicity. I mean, having Billy pop up,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Good
Yep.
P&A right there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Danny, what were you gonna say, Danny?
I think it's just marketing right now to, because when there's disagreements, all this other jazz, the franchise debt, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden you're marketing, and everyone gets excited and is like, you see, people want the next movie,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like Saw, after what was it, the seventh one,
Mhm.
that they finally revealed the doc was still alive, which we all called it. They should have never gave it in the beginning. It should have been in the end to give us what we wanted, but to give it to right in the beginning was an awful choice.
Mhm.
And just the franchise has always just been up and down, up and down, up and down. It's kind of what we were talking about that Scream is about to become. But that's the Halloween syndrome, man. When you let it go on long enough, you get all these bad installments. I mean, even my favorite franchise, Friday the 13th, you know what I mean? It has terrible installments as well. So does Nightmare on Elm Street. This is what happens when you let things linger for too long. This is why I'm grateful for Damien quitting Terrifier after 4, you know what I mean? To wrap up Art's
Mhm.
story. Because I would hate that we're on Terrifier 8, you know what I mean? And after
Mhm.
4 or whatever, you get some cheesy, terrible shit. So, I mean, that's what I think is happening. I think Saw should have just been dead a long time ago. Just leave it alone. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all expecting the same shit anyway. I think is where we're getting at is same formula syndrome. Same thing with MCU and all this other jazz. When you use the same
Yeah.
formula over and over again, it's like I love chicken, but how much can I eat chicken? You know what I mean? Every now and then I want a pizza. Come on,
Yep.
So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like
before I switch over to Lucas Marcus, go ahead, Marcus.
I was just gonna say, like personally, if they were to continue it, I mean, I don't see where else they could go with John Kramer. After
He's a
the
good
Saw
guy
10.
now. He's a good guy
You
now.
know what I
That's what
mean?
happened.
Like I don't see like what more prequel stuff could we get out of him that we haven't already gotten.
Mhm.
Uh, Me personally, I was a fan of 9
Mhm.
personally. I actually like that other doctor. You know what I mean? I thought he was cool because he just
Mhm.
didn't give a crap. You know what I mean? Like he didn't necessarily follow the rules per se,
Mhm.
John's rules per se, but I liked him. And like Danny said, they kind of screwed the pooch with bringing Carrie Ellis back and revealing it too early. They should have saved it to
Mhm.
the end. Even though like we all suspected that he was around, it
Mhm.
was legal issues why he didn't show up in the
Mhm.
previous films and stuff like that. So that's why I took on. I mean, that's why I like the other doctor because I was like, oh, it's a whole new apprentice, new character we could have picked up from
Mhm.
him. You know what I mean? But yeah, they kind of, like Danny said, it went on too long, and yeah, it should have been dead. You know, a while back.
I agree, Marcus, but here's my challenge with it. When I mean same formula, how many apprentices does he have? And then when you look at people, but my point is that we already had people not following his rules. So the chick, what was her name, Amanda or whatever?
Yep.
The
Amanda.
chick, remember, she didn't follow the rules. She ended up dying. And then the cop didn't follow the rules. He ended up dying. The only person that actually followed the rules was the original doc. So it's and it's kind of like, you know, we already had this, you know. Oh, we got another doctor, doesn't really follow the rules. It's like, dude, we've seen that twice already. You know, third time's a charm, I guess. You know, rule of threes in comedy, but it's no, dude. Like, I think it's dead. We should leave it alone.
Well, it's Tobin Bell is on a time clock. Let's face that, right?
Yeah.
He's getting older.
Because
not
he's
gonna be
pushing
around
what,
much longer.
80, ain't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
But then also too, making him a good guy. They made him a good guy in what was it, part 3 when they revealed his first kill, right, with the knives. I think it was part 3 or part 4. It's like, I get it, but again, you're not a good guy. We have no sympathy for you. You're killing people brutally.
He
You know what I mean? What
nobody. There's
what
an
are-
opportunity for them to escape out of their traps.
He
The ones
kidnaps
that
them
are
and puts them
not-
in potentially unwinnable situations.
No,
Exactly.
That's not his traps, right? So I
No, that
recently
was,
had-
They're all
that was the
potentially
cop.
unwinnable, though. They're
no,
live or die.
no,
There's
no,
no,
no.
you can't. No, you're
the
you're
detective.
justifying somebody who abducts individuals and then puts them in situations that still can kill them. Even John Kramer made
John's-
deadly traps. John Kramer.
Yeah,
made
But
deadly
his traps
No.
were very much
Kill people.
winnable, though. His traps were
Yeah,
very much
okay,
winnable.
hold up, son. Listen,
Okay.
I've said this
All right.
before. I've said this before. Dude, I could barely pop a pimple, okay? Because that hurts so fucking much. Are you serious?
Drugging
We're going to go
somebody-
ahead
If you're
and
right on the
Hey,
line-
cut out your eye. Cut out your eye to grab the key
Your life,
and go
if
ahead.
your life is on the line. If your life
Okay,
is on the
let's
line,
put
you're
ourselves
gonna do
in
whatever
this
it takes.
situation and say,
No, bro, you know what?
Because
There's
that we're
rarely-
That's crazy.
There's rarely ever any stories of people actually doing that. Like, what was it, 127 hours when the dude cut off his own arm? Dude, it's rare that people do that to live. They're like, oh, well, fuck it, I'm dead. Like, there's no way. Oh, come on, man. They're like,
People just
absolutely
have
not.
moved
He's
down.
no better. He's no better than the people he's killing. That's why
No, I'm not saying
I'm a
he's better.
big
I'm just
believer.
saying- no, but I was just saying his traps were set to be.
Of
Even though you're
course.
going to maim yourself, they're winnable. Amanda.
Of
and,
course.
Hoffman's traps-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only
Of
taking your
course.
eyeball out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and cut off my own leg and go ahead and categorize it or whatever in a fucking steam pipe. Come on, bro. Nah, I'm
I
good.
gotta bring up the
No,
very
I was
real
just saying
term.
Amanda and
They are
Hoffman, their traps
definitely-
were rigged where you weren't going to win at all.
Of course. I know, but still, it's still
Yeah.
brutal. Either which way.
But John,
All
but
right.
to say that he
You can't even zip it. Zip. I can't. When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good.
I have no and anybody that's watching, I don't know who the hell is talking. So we gotta slow down now, and we gotta go around the room. That's the first warning. We're gonna timeouts coming soon. Timeouts coming soon. That's what's coming. So I'm gonna switch to Noah and Lucas in a second, but let me respond, Danny. He is good guy. His traps are winnable, right? And before we jump in and say John Kramer's traps are not winnable and they were designed for death, that was the detective's traps. That was found out towards the end of the franchise, where his traps, Hoffman's traps, were the ones that were set to kill people, where John Kramer's traps were not. And what happened if people sort of survived? John Kramer came out, he pulled them out of the game, and he helped them get better, right? So that's one thing. And if you look at
Amanda
the
fell back into
survivors-
drugs.
No, she didn't.
She
Yes,
kept
she
cutting
did.
herself. She
Yeah.
kept cutting
Let him
herself.
finish. Let him
Yeah,
finish.
go ahead,
Let's
go
let
ahead,
him
go ahead.
finish. Let's let him finish.
You have Dr. Lawrence, and then you have Amanda who came out of it. Amanda went a little crazy. Yes, she did go a little crazy, but there were 2 victims that came out that were talking about the benefits of having survived the traps. And if we bring in Jigsaw, he
It's such a
also
deluded
pulled
mindset.
out the last Doctor too. So he saved 3 of those people. And I'm gonna tell you right now, on the channel we have a theory about the other guy too, Adam, the photographer. He ain't dead.
Mm.
He's a part of it. He's a part of it. So, and I proved it. So go ahead, Lucas and Noah, back on topic. What do you think about the Jesus? What?
That was Adam's corpse in the bathroom, though.
Nope. Wasn't. Sorry, my friend.
Of course it
The
was.
chain is on the chain is on the other leg. Go back and watch it for a franchise.
Continuity error.
Continuity error.
Nope.
Nope. Not in
Boo this man! Boo!
Saw. There's no. You think there's no continuity errors in Saw? Oh my god.
No, I'm
Nope.
kidding. Everybody, it's all jokes.
What the hell happened here? Now we're up to 4 people. Let's go. All right.
It's a
So,
true
I was gonna
dictatorship
take
now.
spotlight.
put his
See,
face on the
Eddie
big
gave me
screen.
the spotlight to talk about it, right? Saw is a franchise that goes over every single detail when they're doing a flashback. So they flash back to Adam being trapped in that bathroom twice. The first time, the chain went on the right leg. The last time that we seen it, the chain is on the left leg. Reason being, because he survived. He's not. You want to know why? He
Or it's just a
survived?
continuity
Because his
error, because any
supposed-
company
his
can mess up.
supposed death scene was him being suffocated with a plastic bag. And now we're going to dive into popcorn theory, right? It takes 3 minutes in order for brain cells to begin dying off. 5 minutes is when you're declared.
He was also
legally dead.
malnourished.
No.
He had
No.
the bag on his head for 36 seconds. Dude is alive. Go watch.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
God.
a man.
You
that
saw a
transported
36-second
him
clip, but
to
doesn't mean it was only 36 seconds.
That was the
He
bag
was
scene was him.
underwater in the bathtub longer.
Hold on. Dave, the paper bag scene was to get him to that location.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's what
That's
that was
also
about.
considered one of the kill scenes. He's alive.
No. That wasn't the kill
Amanda-
scene. That was just
Amanda-
to not incapacitate him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Amanda left him
didn't
trapped
Amanda
in the
beat him to
bathroom.
death?
No, she left him.
No,
trapped in
they
the
left him.
They
John
left him.
Kramer left him in the bathroom.
Yeah,
John Kramer left him in the bathroom
Amanda-
at the end because remember
Yeah.
they highlight the fucking key going down the drain and then he slams the door and then in Scream 3 when they put the other cop in there, remember when they put the other cop in there and then he saw that dude was dead and then he broke his own foot to get out. But I'm telling you right now he's dead and it's a continuity error.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because
Wait,
his
hold
photos
on.
show up in
So
every
he
other
is
movie.
dead.
Go
So
ahead.
wait, hold on. Can I? So I just want to say one
Go
thing.
ahead. Go
He
ahead.
is dead.
Go
He
ahead.
is dead. Well, I can't go ahead if you keep talking. He is dead. However, Amanda admitted to killing him in 3. There was a cutscene. There was a flashback
Oh,
of
yes, she
of
did.
her killing him. Yeah, she killed him in 3. That she admitted to breaking the rule and killing him.
She did go
And
back.
what did John
went
Kramer
back to the
say in
movie.
return? I've cleaned up your mistakes with a plural S at the end multiple times. He
Oh,
was
no.
a mistake that Amanda attempted to kill him. That's why he said mistakes. It wasn't just Donnie Wahlberg that he was cleaning up. He cleaned up that mistake too, and he is still active. But anyway, we're off topic here. Lucas, no, tell me what you think about Saw 7 being canceled and the teases of Billy out there.
Don't even get to
I-
voice our opinions on John Kramer anymore.
You did. You
I
did.
first wanna say-
No,
said-
you cut us off.
I first want to say, apparently, Saw is a touchy subject for all of us. That was incoherable. Anyways,
Incoherent.
Yeah,
Incomprehensible.
That's just how fucked up I got from hearing that.
Incomprehensible.
But yeah, no, Saw 11. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'm an outlier here. I hear some people aren't excited. But I really liked Saw X. I really liked Saw X, and I was like, I want to see some more. And I want it to be soon. So Saw 11, and honestly, I like that they're doing something with Billy because it's like, I feel like Billy's left out a lot. So
He's just a mascot. He's a fun little guy.
yeah, like, I like seeing him. But that's my thoughts. That's it.
One day I just want to see him roll in and he just blows up.
I watch these movies, I turn my brain off, and then I forget them. I love these films. They're so great to watch and just cleanse your mind afterward.
The last time I went through to prepare for Saw 10 and I watched the entire franchise, and I was like all of you, it's like, oh man, there's like maybe 2 or 3 good movies in it. But having stepped away from the franchise for so long and coming back and watching them all together, it actually got better. It got better. So yeah. Yep.
It gives it a
All
new
right,
experience.
It does. It was nice to walk away from it and come back to it, and it felt good. It's not like going back and watching the whole Freddy franchise, and you get to Freddy's Dead, and it's like, oh, this is shit. These other movies kind of got better with time. They got better with time. All right, let's go over to Final Destination before we get to some of our bigger topics that people want to see. So let me. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
No, Dave is right. Dave is right. Amanda suffocated him.
1 second. No one just whispered to me.
See?
Yeah, you're right.
Dave is right.
Talk about Saw 11 and
And
Billy.
it's a theory. It's a theory that John
No, I don't
resuscitated him, but it's not confirmed though.
I prove it. Go watch
Oh,
it on
word?
the channel, man.
We
Yeah,
watching
so it's Saw 3. Yep, Saw 3, and right now Amanda's suffocating him with the bag.
Yeah, you're also saying that he was, he's malnourished too. So I mean, he was already weakened. It takes 3 minutes for a healthy person to. You can roll your eyes like
36
it's a continuity
seconds,
error.
dude.
What,
36
you
seconds.
saw 36 seconds. You saw
But
36
No.
seconds and are saying that's all that
Let
was.
him go at 36 seconds.
well,
my
Dave,
God.
also they did the fast forward thing they usually do as time passes by in the scene. So
Axe files don't go through bone. Why don't we talk about that? That's a continuity error. Like you wanna
okay,
bring
let's
up
move
any
on.
continuity error?
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Eyes are glazed with this
Final
sweat.
Destination.
Oh, I'm gonna saw my own brain out.
So Final Destination, the Bloodlines trailer. So I don't know if it's played with sound or not. So you guys hear it or no?
No.
No.
No, we don't hear it. By the way, Dave, we got some comments.
All right, let's swing over to comments then before we get to this here. So let me drop this off. Let's see. Hey gang, anybody here has gone to any horror
Here's the
conventions yet? If they are in your area, I was at Chicago's Days of the Dead on Friday. Some pretty fun stuff. Yeah. So we got some. Everybody here has been to a horror con. So Danny, you want to talk about horror cons real quick? The ones that you've been to?
I think I've only been to one.
Really? Just the one?
Yeah, I think I've only been to one horror con. I definitely think it was here in Florida. And yeah, I mean it's a good time, man. You get to see a lot of spooky stuff, and it's pretty badass to see the community the way it is. You know what I mean? It's just like MegaCon, but for horror. But yeah, it's great to see a lot of horror icons and whatnot. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, anytime we go, it's going to be a good time. So if you guys see us, please say hello.
Yep. Who's the big person that you met so far, Danny?
Horror wise.
Yep.
So I didn't get to meet them in person, like to talk to them because they weren't at their panel yet. But it's what's her breath? She played Adam Sandler's girlfriend in Waterboy.
Oh, for
Farouska Balk.
Yep.
Yeah,
she's
Farouska Balk.
super nice.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
know how
awesome,
many
man.
people know this about her when she goes to horror conventions, but she drives. She don't fly.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
So
That's
she,
cool.
From The Craft.
she drove from California to the horror convention that we were at in New Jersey. She was a
No
day
way.
late because she had traffic and stuff like that. But yeah, super nice person.
Wow.
Marcus, before we get to you, we're gonna switch over to a newbie recently to horror conventions, and that's Lucas. Lucas went to his first horror convention with me, Noah, and Rye, and he actually cosplayed at the convention as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did a bit of an episode on it. It's not. It's whatever.
We did.
We talked about it in the beginning of an episode. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was the Legion from Dead by Daylight. One of my favorite killers from that game, just because it's cool. It's a cool game. I don't play it too often though. It's not exactly my speed, but I do enjoy the game from time to time. But yeah, no, the horror con was crazy. It was a lot of fun to see all of like the different like crafts and stuff. Like I think the machete that Noah got for like it was like Friday the 13th themed. It was like made out of wood and you could hang it and stuff. Like it was really cool. But yeah, I met like a few people there. I think what my favorite part about it was probably just like scaring people because I like when I cosplay I get like into characters, so I go out and I have fun. But there's this one poor child. This I think she couldn't have been like anything like over like 14, but like she was wearing a brown jacket, and I did my thing, and I was just being like creepy or whatever, and she literally hid behind her dad. Her dad started laughing, and I was like, does she want to come over here and stab? Like I gave him my my fake knife and asked him if she wanted to like stab me with it, and she was just no, no.
The poor child, he scared a woman that was with her husband. He
Yeah.
stalked her through the entire convention. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Well, because like obviously I'm not gonna hurt anybody. It's like it's a lot of fun to like get in that like I don't know mindset for it.
Yep.
I would definitely
No.
do it again. That would be something to do again.
Well, the next time you go, we're gonna go for streaming. We'll talk about that later. But Noah's been going since he's been 7 or 8 years old, so he has experience from all of us as well.
Why are you dead-eyeing the camera like that?
I'm zoning in and out of reality right now, bro.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember when I was 7 years old. I was on cigarettes. And
I don't remember when I was 7.
caffeine.
You mean the year I got diabetes? Obviously, I remember that year. It was the best year ever.
Oh boy.
I keep loving it. Yeah, we went to Chiller for a bit. Met Scott Wilson. He was cool. John Bernthal was really cool as well. He's a really nice guy. I honestly gotta say I preferred meeting him over reading some 5-hour line, was it for them? Yeah. And then afterwards we started going to Monster Mania. And then I think this is the first one I've been to that hasn't been in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The Unpub was the first one I've been to that hasn't been in New Jersey.
Yep. So you like horror cons, I guess? You just told us about what you did at them. Do you like them? All right, moving on. Noah's frozen. His brain is frozen.
Just don't even get a
Marcus,
chance
go
to.
ahead, Marcus.
This is such a stupid question. We go to horror conventions together. Why would I go if I didn't enjoy going to horror conventions?
That's what I was
No,
like,
you know what? Honestly, I just prefer going to waste my money and dick around. You know.
All right.
He's not
Marcus.
wrong. He's not wrong.
Marcus is his experience is almost kind of transitioning to where people get his signatures at conventions, even though he does not set up at the table.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been going since 2015 when I met you guys. But yeah, so this year I was we had Days of the Dead Vegas out here in January, and I was with the Stream fellas, and then Mike and Steve kept telling everybody, hey, Marcus is a producer on it. So people started asking me for my autograph. So started making a little change and signing people's autographs and masks and stuff, which is kind of surreal to me because I don't like the attention. But everybody is like, boy, you better milk it while you can. You know what I mean? You part of something big, you better accept it. So yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Me seeing the other side of things now, you know, because I'm always a fan first. So seeing it, you know, receiving it is pretty weird, but it's fun, man. We had a good time out here in January. So yeah.
Yeah, so Oracle 684, some little Nerdbox lore for you is that Nerd is essentially founded from a horror convention. I was the admin for Women of Horror on Facebook and the Horror Family, which has a reach of like 2 to 3 million people. So I started doing interviews upcoming convention that we were going to, which was Pop Rock and Horror in Gettysburg. And I had previously met Marcus a few years before that at Monster Mania, and then we met Donna Jean Phillips, who is our interviewer on the channel, at Pop Rock and Horror, and Noah and her bonded, and we met 2 really good friends of the channel, which is Angela Goethals and Nathan Basil Behind the Mask. And the pandemic struck not too long after that, and so all of us put our brains together. It's like, hey, how can we help everybody out during the pandemic? And on Facebook, what we started doing was we started live movie showings, and we reached out to all of our friends that we've met through horror conventions that were in films, and we're jumping on and doing live Q&As, but Facebook would shut us down every time we would do it, just about. So then we just transitioned over into YouTube, and we started out as Women of Horror and then became Nerdbox. But everything that is around me in this room upstairs in my living room in my video store is basically from horror conventions. Been going for almost 14 years, and I can't go
Nice.
anymore because I've run out of room to buy things, and I've had so many signatures. So it's just like I'm a hoarder right now of stuff, but at least it's displayed nicely. So
Yeah.
great question. Great question. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about Final Destination Bloodlines. So I'll play a little bit here so we don't get dinged.
Please don't show Tony, man.
I,
Because
I'll
I'm
skip
not.
over Tony. I'm gonna skip
Yeah.
over Tony, and I'm gonna go to one of the interesting parts. Is I think it's this one here. So this scene happens in the past, from what I understand. So this is
Mhm.
happens how many
Yeah,
years before the entire franchise that know it? And this woman is the old woman that is in the film. That woman right there. And
Mhm.
so apparently, what's going on in this is that she survived. She's been in hiding, and all of the people that survived with her have all, they've had kids, they've had grandkids, and we've been seeing their family get unalived in the previous films. And
Yeah.
I really love this concept, but I don't know if you can
Yeah.
go
That is a cool concept.
beyond this now. I don't know if you can go beyond this for this movie. So, Danny, we started with you first last time.
Time
Marcus,
trap.
what do you?
I mean, I love that idea that showing, even though what was it? Which one? The last one was a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, I like the idea that this one has threads going throughout the whole series. Like everybody is related
Yep.
in some form or fashion, and it all started with this woman, in
Mhm.
what seems to look like the Strat out here in Vegas, with the restaurant and the Stratosphere thing. So yeah, I like the idea, man. It was a well cut trailer. I hate to see Tony look sick like that, man. It was hard for me to watch the trailer and see him in that condition, but shout out to him. This being
What
his
film?
last project, or one of his last projects that's coming out.
Is there more coming out?
Yeah, I think he filmed it quite a bit while he was sick, in that 2-year span.
Okay.
So yeah, I think he got like 1 or 2 more projects coming out after this one.
Yeah, I know he really
So-
pushed hard to finish this film as well. So
Yeah. But it's great to see him back, man, because you can't have
Yeah.
Final Destination without Tony.
Mm-mm.
Like, even though 3 didn't physically have him in the movie, his voice was in the movie, so which was still great. You know what I mean? So it was like you can't have this series without him. So yeah.
Yep. Before we get over, yep. Noah and Lucas are acknowledging. Hey, pretty
Pretty
kitty.
kitty.
Alrighty, so I have a question for all of you at the end of this, before we switch over to our next topic. But Lucas, Noah, what's your thoughts on the franchise trailer for Bloodlines?
I haven't seen the full trailer. I only just saw like the tiny bits of clips that you just played. I'm gonna have to watch it later though, because it does look interesting as all hell. And obviously, it's a new Final Destination movie. Who's not gonna see it? With the technology we have now, and hopefully a decent writer, we'll be set.
The explosion scene is enough to get me hooked, because I'm very invested to see how they're gonna play that, because they're really good with their brutality scenes. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna look. And I obviously got to go for Tony Todd one last time. I've only seen 1 through 3. I haven't seen 4 and 5 yet. I just haven't gotten around to them, because like it's like you guys have always said like that one.
Yeah,
would
we
be a
got to
bad
do a
one.
ranking. We got to do a ranking. Yeah.
After 6 comes out.
We can bleed up to it and then add 6 in afterwards. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys said that the odd ones are the good ones, like 2 and 4, where you didn't like them, they weren't good. I like
Those are
2 a
evil.
little bit.
2 is
I
good.
was, I was
2 is one of the
145.
best ones, bro. Yeah, 2 is one of the best ones.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. I've liked all 3 of them so far, so I'm curious to see how 4 and 5. I know that the 5 is like a prequel to 1, and it leads into it. Spoilers, whatever. The movie's been out for a while. But I'm
I'll
still
say
interested to
that
see
they're
how
good
it plays out.
unaliving moments. They're good unaliving moments in 4 or 5, but as far as story, they don't hold up to the first 3.
Okay. For 4 and 5.
All right, Jenny.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do some comments. So King Matthew said, "Hey, is any Final Destination films good?" Yeah, as you heard that the first 3 were awesome. 3 and then 4 and 5. The thing about 5 though was the story was meh until the end when it tied into directly spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, you're gonna find out. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
We of us already talked about it.
I'm not. I know. I'm not gonna say it. But what I'm saying is that spoiler alert. It leads into one. You'll see. It's pretty badass. But the deal is that for this franchise, for me personally, there's some inconsistencies because I know you haven't seen it, so spoiler alert for you, King Matthew. But if you watched, I think it was 2 or 3. I think it was 2. And the person that survived in the original was locked up, put away, yada, yada, so death couldn't reach this individual. And as soon as they left, they got unalived. So for this to be this old lady surviving this entire time, I call BS because it's not in the continuity of the story that death always finds you. Because the only reason why that person survived is they were locked up in a padded cell. There was nothing in it, no nothing. That's why they couldn't reach it. As soon as that person left, they got unalived.
The trailer just
So,
told you
I
not to
mean,
embrace death. So
dude,
maybe embracing
no.
death is just being cut from society because you're dead to the world kind of deal.
Well,
I'm not saying
because
it's a
this
good
person
idea.
was. Well, Noah, you have a point, but what I'm saying is that if that was the case, then this individual wouldn't have died walking out of the room because it happened in that same place as soon as they walked out of the room.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue on the comments. So, Pretty Kitties, I saw Final Destination Marathon, and I like 5 the best with the bridge scene. Awesome.
And if anything holds true to like what Danny said, though, the one thing I will spoil, they always said like in Jurassic Park how life finds a way, death finds a way in this franchise.
Death finds a
Even
way.
People that kind of escape it for a while, it ends up catching up to them eventually. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't doubt if this old woman gets got in the movie at some point.
Yep. All right.
Absolutely.
Before-
And then really quick, really quick, King Matthew, just to put you how impactful the Final Destination films are. I forgot which part is a truck with a bunch of logs. Is part 2. That's right. And I'm telling you right now, a whole generation that watched that film when it first came out, none of us drive behind trucks that either have logs or pipes or anything. We're like, absolutely not.
It is not just your generation anymore, my friend.
Well, I'm not saying it's just mine, but I'm saying at the time when it first came out, all of us were like, absolutely not. And ever since.
Millennials and Gen Xers, man, we were all like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point now, so even Gen Z now is like, and they're nope. So.
Yep. So if you see the meme out there, King Matthew, of a truck out there with logs on it, and you see a line of cars to the left of it, and we know what movie they
You
watched.
know why.
That is what we're referencing.
You know why.
Honestly, trying to get ahead of it.
A lot of people, the best opening scene for a horror film is Ghost Ship. No, it's Final Destination.
No, it's Final Destination.
It's scarred people in real life, so that is the absolute best opening scene to a horror.
Yep.
Now, my question before we start talking about Terrifier stuff is today's technology with AI. Do we go to the Tony Todd family and say, "Hey, look, we want his voice. We can recreate his voice. We will pay you for his voice to live on in future films"?
That's a touchy subject because some people say yes, and some people it's all like there's no in between. It's either a hard yes, like okay, then there's the hard pass. You know what I mean? There's nothing in between, and it's a really, really touchy subject for someone that did pass to use them in other films. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. That's a very touchy subject.
I
say because of the fact. Oh, go ahead, Lucas. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry. No, I was just gonna say personally, I think that all lies with the family and on a case by case basis, not just like, oh, it says okay to this one.
I have an example for this, but
think it's okay.
I have an example. I'll go last, but I have an example.
That's just like that's my personal thoughts. If anybody should have any decision or deciding factor in that, it's the family and only the family.
Yeah.
Yep. Perp mind is
So I have to. Yeah, I have to agree. As long as like Monique and Tony's kids agree to it, I would say yes, since they already had him just do a voiceover in part 3 of the Demon of the Roller Coaster. Had they not done that, then I'd be like, no, it would be a hard no for me. But as long as the family signs off on it, I'll be okay with it. Like, you know.
Hey, the family, let the voice live on. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let the voice live on. Noah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say no, and the reason I'm saying no is because let's say hypothetically, Tony Todd was against it, right? He said no, he wouldn't want something like that. He dies, his family goes ahead with it. That's disrespectful. So I would say only say yes if it was a James Earl Jones situation where he himself signed off on it and allowed Disney to use his voice as Darth Vader. If Tony Todd was never this was never brought to his attention before his passing, I don't feel that he was given the choice of whether or not his person is allowed to be used. His voice was used in 3, but I assume that he was paid for that and he was brought into the decision of him being in that film. Otherwise there'd be lawsuits. So I feel like it's like, since he can't give that permission now, and we don't know if he even did, I would say no, because you're not getting that permission to use his likeness. And I wouldn't appreciate, like, if I said no and then you guys did it, I'd be haunting the fuck out of you guys, knocking down all your ruining all your shit.
See, I could agree with that, but then at the same token, that's like kind of like having biopic films come out after somebody died. So that's like saying like
that's a little different though. Like, it's a memorialization of that person instead of using it to.
But still, it's the same thing though. What if that person didn't agree to having their? What if that person wouldn't agree to having their story told? So it's up to the family.
Then I would fall on that same stance. If they wouldn't agree with it, then don't do it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So then I'll fall on the same stance on that. If someone doesn't agree to a biopic before death, then I don't think that you should do it afterwards.
The best example is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Me and Lucas were talking about that. Bohemian Rhapsody, right? It
And I like the
embellishes the
movie.
truth and lies. It's a good movie, but embellishes the truth and lies about a lot of the things.
Decent-
So, yeah.
It kind of put
historical
Freddie Mercury into a corner that
fiction,
wasn't true.
I would say, but it's like it was just a lot of it was just disrespectful to Freddie Mercury, because a lot of this stuff was, stuff that he was going through either personally or stuff that was just embellished to the point to make him look bad.
And they also did,
and that's also from like the other 2 Queen members.
Yeah, they
Like, and
split
that's,
amicably,
like,
as far as I know. So
And they did split. Well, they split amicably because, well, Freddie died and they weren't getting the same amount of exposure and attention as they did when he was still singing. And it's unfortunate, but it's like, now that they're like the only 2 actual band members that are like still doing something with Queen, it's completely up to them to tell that story. And of course they've made it up so that like they were the 2 best in the movie. Like, they were these 2 angels trying to get Freddie off of his like demon path or whatever. Like, it was nuts. These guys were doing just as bad shit as Freddie was during that time. And it was also a thing of like, Freddie also was not the bad guy in every situation. And they made him look out to, they made him out to be in a lot of those scenes.
yeah, so
It's disrespectful.
So
it's disrespectful, and
fuck
that's
biopics
pretty
now.
much it.
If the person doesn't make a biopic, no.
No, I mean, here's the deal, guys. So yeah, I want to chime in on that so we can move on. But the thing is this: it's a couple of things, right? And it's unfortunate, but it's true. Drama sells, and so they have to embellish it a little bit to sell the movie, make people feel, et cetera, et cetera. Even though the Queen members did say, yeah, that was embellished, and even Freddie's family, they were not only Queen, but Freddie's families were consulting. You know what I mean? They were heavily involved in the film, so there was a lot of good stuff, obviously, that represented Freddie. However, there was a lot of stuff that had to be embellished as for a film, which sucks. I agree with you guys 100%. But it is to progress the movie forward, and it shows, man. As soon as I saw the movie, I'm like, yep, this is winning an Oscar, and sure enough, won an Oscar. You know what I mean? And then also Rami Malek doing it, fucking phenomenal, to the point that Freddie's sister was just like, oh my god, that's not an actor playing my brother. That is my brother, right? So but anyway, let's move on to some Terrifier stuff, guys.
Yeah,
and don't worry for you folks, Scream news is coming.
Quick thing, last thing. Like Danny said, final thing, it's not an example of remember that movie was. Everybody, the families and stuff said that movie was a bunch of lies. Like a lot of it was not true at all. What took place in that film, even though it was a phenomenal film, that's a different case where the family was not involved with that biopic whatsoever. So yeah.
Alrighty, let's go take a look at Terrifier.
Woo!
the art
Arcade.
game. Oh, look at that art, man! I love that 2D art. Brings me
Man,
back.
let's look up.
Yeah, the 8-bit, man. It looks so good.
But look at this.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
we were talking about horror conventions, and ooh, look at this beautiful box set here for Switch or PS5. Man.
God.
It comes with so many goodies on there. So I gotta
Aw,
take a
no
look at
Xbox?
this list. No Xbox. So let's take a look. We have
No PC.
PS5, the superior. Obviously, PC is
PC.
superior over everything. PC
Yeah,
is superior over
no
everything, but PS5, dude, yes.
They're just
Oh,
mad
no,
that
not
we're getting
another
Steam.
argument.
They're just mad that
Oh,
we're
no.
getting Steam.
Oh no, it's gonna.
So we got the game. We got a puke bag, which I have 4 already. There's 2 horrible pins for Art the Clown and Vicky. There's a reversible poster. There's 4 character stickers. There's a physical art book. There's a premium collector case, which is the collector case. It's probably where is the collector case? I wonder where it is. I don't really see it jump out at me here. We have the physical soundtrack. Ooh, nice. We have instruction manual. Oh, big deal. And then we have a pair of light gray bloody gloves without the fingertips. So I like that box set. This might be my 3rd box set of Terrifier stuff because I have the Terrifier 2 box set from Umbrella Entertainment. I have the Terrifier 3 box set from Umbrella Entertainment. So this video game almost seems naturally that I would have to get it too.
I wonder if they're gonna do a 8-bit of Paul Wiley's score from the movie.
Mhm.
Awesome.
That'd be really cool.
We'll start
Should,
with
yeah.
our resident gamers, Lucas and Noah. Thoughts?
I like it. I have a Switch, so I'm not really too worried about playing it on like a super dense console. But like, this is also one of those games that I can just see myself like playing in public. Like I fully understand that it's gonna be bloody and gory like 8-bit stuff, but like I'm gonna be playing this on car rides, on like planes. Like I'm gonna be playing this everywhere.
Bring my Switch, play Terrifier on the
It
car ride.
looks good. The collector's set. I wasn't able to see it because Noah doesn't have his full screen for some reason.
Yes, I can
but,
see the comments.
I like the way everything looks. It looks very on form and on brand, and it looks very pretty. And I can't wait to buy it.
Yeah, it does look nice. We have Perp Minded saying that they should bundle it with the movies. That's not a bad
That'd be
idea.
cool.
That's
not a bad idea.
at all. Yeah, Danny, what do you think?
Man, it's so funny that all horror video games are either like fighting games or like survival games and stuff like that. To have an 8-bit is pretty dope. And then not only that, I mean, if you looked at other people that over the years on YouTube and stuff like that, right? They always like recreated the movies in an 8-bit, right? And so that I think is absolutely phenomenal. You know what I mean? Because it's like we finally get the thing come true. I mean, the closest thing we got to a horror 8-bit was Cuphead. Because that was just like psychedelic, like trippy. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, other than that, I think it's a great idea to have an 8-bit version. Because I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen an 8-bit when you're the villain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As the main character.
Halloween just came out last year.
What was it? An 8-bit? Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
awesome, dude.
arcade game.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Halloween. It was like Halloween Evil Dead combo.
really?
Yeah, Retro Realms
So-
released it. I have the box set.
So
That's
is it
awesome, dude.
Like a side scroller.
It's a side scroller, yeah.
Okay.
Like Shredder's Revenge. I have that on my Xbox.
It's fun too.
That's really
it's
cool.
Pretty fun.
All right.
Yeah.
So, anything to add, Danny, before we get Marcus's take on it?
No, I think the box set is going to be a great collector's item. I mean, you get a bunch of stuff that, like you said, Dave, you have a couple of barf bags and stuff like that. So if you miss a couple of items, going into the screening of Terrifier, you get it right there in the bundle of the game. I think that's a great idea.
Yep. How about you, Marcus?
I'm just mad that it's not coming to PC, but yeah, I might have to go ahead and break down and get a Switch. Because I don't really play consoles anymore that much. Don't really have the time like that. But Yeah, man, it's
Well,
awesome.
hey,
I'm glad they're doing
switch
the
gears.
8-bit and they're capitalizing
like
on the
Frostbite.
8-bit, train with Halloween and Evil Dead. So I hope we get more franchises like Friday 13 and maybe even Scream and the Nightmare on Elm Street 8-bit. Because as someone who played those games on Nintendo back in the day, especially Friday 13, dude, it's perfect timing to do like an 8-bit horror series for these games.
Damn, we're getting old.
Marcus, you need to reach out to Phil and Damien, Marcus, and you need to say, hey, you have the 8-bit game. Now you need to contact One Up Arcade and give us a freaking cabinet.
Yep.
I want that on a cabinet. Let's get that in a stand-up cabinet. If we're going 8-bit, let's
Yeah,
commit.
man.
Let's go all the way. Let's get a cabinet for it. Otherwise, we may have to figure out a way to get it inside of a cabinet. But I like it. I don't know if I'm debating the box set, to be honest with you, because I have the other 2 box sets. The only thing different that's coming to me is the gloves. So I don't know if I'm going to go with the box set for it. Maybe I would get multiple copies of the games, put 2 in the case, and have 1 to play eventually. I try to time I buy a horror game, I'm going to eventually play it, but I'm busy doing so. I don't ever sit down to play video games unless
But the
I'm invited
puke
to
bag.
play by people. I have a puke bag. It's one over here. I have one over here somewhere.
Oh, you already
I
have one?
Yeah, I have 4 of them. I have 4 different design puke bags for Terrifier. Dude, I have 2 animatronics from Art the
It's a
Clown.
weird thing to
Terrifier.
flex on.
You can't see
I
it
have
right
4
now.
puke bags.
I have a whole wall almost of Art the Clown right next to me, behind me, and it's
That's
just
awesome.
his face. It's just his face.
We got the in with Spencer's.
Look, it's just his face right there.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah, I got so.
Oh, that'd be
Terrifier.
great. Look at this.
Man, I've
Hold
only had
up,
my
guys.
stream stuff up.
Dude, that'd be great to have a horror
That's actually
Fortnite.
not necessarily true. They have horror Fortnite characters.
They do.
Then they
They got
need to bring
Michael,
art on there.
Leatherface, Ash. He was teased, and then he
So-
actually
Was
came. Then he came to Call of Duty. They've talked about Scream, and they've talked about Twilight, if you want to consider that horror. And Art has been heavily teased to come into Fortnite eventually, and we just got Mortal Kombat, so I feel like like PG is kind of out the window at this point. We got Down with the Sickness that you can listen to in the game. We're very adults now. Yeah, you know.
Dude, if we get art in Mortal Kombat, well, because right now we have Ghostface in Mortal
Negan's
Kombat, the
coming
new
to
one,
Fortnite as well. Negan is coming to Fortnite.
and then previously we had Jason as well in Mortal Kombat, so that'd be great to just keep it up. Yeah, and then you had Leatherface, right? Yeah, so it would be great to just keep this up with the horror icons of Mortal Kombat. Would love that.
If you put Clown on Mortal Kombat, whatever number they're up to, on the cover of that game box, that game is going to be untouchable when it comes to buying that. It's going to be
Well,
untouchable.
let's
All right,
hear
so
it
let's
out real
go
quick
to,
because they're
let's go
only
to-
on Combat Pack 2. They're only on Combat Pack 2 for MK1. They still have a whole nother Combat Pack that they might be coming out with very soon.
Dude,
Well, they
I
just
don't
released
know.
who
Here's
Team
how-
2000,
trash
right?
bag.
but here's how you revive that entire Mortal Kombat franchise. The next game, you announce Art the Clown, you put him on the cover, and it's gonna be it's gonna sell.
It's
out
gonna
everywhere,
sell out
just
like
all
in
the-
2
They
hours.
don't put DLCs on the
It's
cover
gonna be
unless it's the DLC.
I don't know
game.
if they put him on the cover. That's different because that would make it they would have to make him a part of the story.
I would make him a part of the story, man.
That doesn't make
If
that
I
doesn't
want
make sense.
money-
That's a bit of a
if
stretch.
I want money,
I love you, Dave.
I
I
want
love you,
money.
Dave. But
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat shall not be infringed.
Yeah, they don't do crossovers in their storylines. Well,
He's a
not
demon
anymore.
from
Alrighty,
say
alright.
he's from a demon in Outworld.
other than DC, I guess.
It's
Yeah,
the
so,
Nether Realm. No, Marcus.
Yeah,
No.
pretty kitties right there. Twilight is hard. I
I
thought it
know.
was kind of sucky. Yep. But let's close out with Terrifier. So I still
This
have
is
to
the skin of a killer fella.
Lucas is in the same boat as you, King. Still has to watch it too. He finally got it.
That's so good.
Yeah, no, I haven't been able to watch it yet.
I keep forgetting that.
Well, I can watch it. I did find it on like a different way.
All right. So the question is 3 as good as 2? I prefer 2 over 3. We're not gonna broach what Lucas is saying. I think 2 is better than 3. I know Danny's kind of in agreement of that. Noah is really the only one. 3 is better than 2. So it depends on what you're going to watch for. Story, I think story is better in 2. Gore is gorier in 3.
I like the
Alrighty,
performances
so-
better in 3.
I will take that silence as we're moving on to the next topic before we start talking about Scream. So, happy
Holy
Death-
shit!
Yes.
We talk about this in the
We're
hotel.
doing a
you didn't-
third
you didn't-
one?
No.
As if the
No,
second
so
one wasn't
here-
bad enough.
Yep. So here is what happened with the third one, right? So the third one, as we know, was not made, and despite it being successful, as Christopher Landon says it was, when it really wasn't, is that Happy Death Day, when that first film came out, it made like $129 million. The second film made $64 million. It didn't even make half. Now, while it was still profitable, the story wasn't as good, like was saying. So, what's going to happen if you release a part 3? Right? It's probably going to make even half what the previous film made. So, Happy Death Day 3 has just been sitting there on the shelf to continue the story that it was kind of presented by Christopher Landon. And since it was sitting for so long, he recently revealed that Peacock was possibly interested in doing part 3 in a TV series. So,
Ugh.
I'm at it where we should just leave dead. Like, leave that
Yep.
franchise dead.
It would have to be better. Yeah. They would have to be better than the second one, definitely, in order to... It would have to be so good, like you're saying, Dave. The third one would have to be so good that you would have to get people talking about it to be even more profitable than before. Because even if it's kind of good, right, and better than 2, because of the fall off and everyone's like, bump that movie. And then Peacock, come on, Peacock is picking it up. What good has Peacock ever done with any films and stuff like that?
It'll be a
Get outta
free
here.
streaming service. That's why.
Yeah. I love the first movie. The second movie just kind of all over the place, and then the ending was absolutely horrible with what they revealed at the end of that
Didn't
one.
even see the second one. Never even watched it.
Good, you don't need
It's
to.
not
I
you
said
don't
it
want to.
before. I said it when they announced the second one that they should not have made the sequel because there was no point. There was no point to the sequel. The first one had a magic about it. It was interesting. It was a new thing, and then just you have the second one. There's more people involved. It's lazy. It's just a rehash. It was so unnecessary.
Man, it's like when I mentioned same formula in the beginning of this episode. Seems like that's what kills most horror franchise and most movies. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought the money was not the way?
Turned it into a sci-fi film that didn't make sense. That's what they did.
Yep.
And they turned it into a comedy.
That doesn't even make sense to me. I didn't even see
Yeah.
Yep.
No, Happy
horrible.
Death Day 1 was actually a really surprisingly enjoyable experience.
It's a big
It was a
I
breath
love
of fresh air
she-
during that time.
I love the name that I love her name. I love the way she acted. She wasn't like dumb until she was a little dumb for like some of the movie, but for most of the movie she was making good, smart decisions, trying to figure out her own, solve her own murder. That's dope. It's dope.
Yep.
It's cool to watch. It was actually really entertaining. The comedy hit.
Just to see her grow as a character.
The twist, I guess,
Yep.
killer or whatever, it was decent. And altogether it was a solid movie. I didn't even watch Happy Death Day 2 because I watched clips of it on YouTube,
So
and it
bad.
turned me off so much that I
How is it a
didn't even wanna
sci-fi
see
film?
The reveal. I'll just say that the reveal.
Aliens.
I didn't even watch the second one. So, but anyway,
Yep.
let's
Yeah,
move
it's-
on.
Yep. So, Real King Matthew the Third isn't Thanksgiving 2 also coming out next year? No, it's later this year.
Later
It's coming
this
out.
year. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think in time for the
getting
holiday.
this? Yep. How we're getting this is
Hopefully
it's
later
going
this year.
Terrifier 1 year, Thanksgiving the following year, Thanksgiving the following. So they're rolling between Thanksgiving and Terrifier in that month. So I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving 2. I think it's going to be a fun movie, especially because
Yeah.
we're going into a sequel knowing who the slasher is. So this is going to be completely different from previous slasher films that we've saw in the past. So I'm excited
That's
for
true.
this one to see. Yep.
Like a
I wonder if he's
surprise
going to use the
around
same
too.
mask or he's going to change it. So that'll be the thing. We need to see the mask changed. I think so.
Yeah.
Well, the mask did
And now
change
we
in
know
the movie,
why
so I
the-
mean,
Yeah. And now we know why he's not going to be in Scream 7 too, because one, they're paying him more to do Thanksgiving, where they wasn't willing to pay
they're
him.
paying him
bring
more to do a
back
better
in Scream
movie.
7. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Yep.
All right. Speaking of Scream 7, let's take a look at this.
They revealing so much, man. Like,
They are
I'm
trying to
tired
do
of it.
so much fan service to get the fans back and unified. So
Fan
Scream
servicing
7
all over
has
me.
wrapped
I hate
production,
it.
and we have this photo released of a young Stu Macher from behind the scenes hanging on the wall. And the plot,
Your messenger
as
is
I
up.
may say, is on Popcorn Theory. The plot is essentially what we've covered in Popcorn Theory, where it is an AI killer or unaliver that is using
Ugh.
Ghostface from the
They
past.
can. So they confirm. They confirm that.
That is the strong belief of what it is. It
Ugh.
seems that that's what
Because this picture could just be in somebody's household, like his sister's house.
But that's
It
not
could
how
be a
you
picture hanging in his house.
But again, oh my God, can I just rant for 2 seconds, please?
Go ahead.
Again, if you're gonna use AI in the fucking movie, please, what are we doing? This is not the way to do it. It's not the way to do it. Because, again, we already had the ghost haunting Sydney, right, in the freaking previous films. So now she's just going to watch video footage and it's AI shit. Come on, dude. This is the Invisible Man all over again when they remade the Invisible Man and he's using a bodysuit. It is, oh my God. Dude, I can't tell you enough. Like, there's so many ways they could have done Scream 7 with AI way better. And you really are...
Does Sydney have to be?
Dude, I don't know, man. And like I said, it doesn't make sense. The only way this makes sense if Sam was losing her shit. If Sam was in the movie and she's losing her shit, seeing all these people, that totally makes sense. Because, now is it her meds not working? Is it this? Because she always sees her dad? That makes sense. But again, I'm hoping, guys, and I know it's probably not true. I'm hoping that Sydney's not the main character. It's actually Sam. Right, they kept it under wraps. They were, and it's all a red herring, and they got her back, and she's tripping out. That would be an amazing story. But if it's Sydney, it's not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense.
No, and it would make sense that it was a red herring because, like, this seems like they're releasing so much shit, so much. Like they're releasing the movie at this point just without us actually watching it. So it. Like, what is it that we're not seeing? Like, what they have to be showing this shit on purpose to like fuck with us. Like, but at the same time, is that really the strategy you want to go with for marketing? Make it look
that's
so
always been their strategy.
Yeah,
it's always been their strategy is to release.
This is a weird strategy.
Things. Well, what happened, right? Marcus, I'm sure you can go into it further. But what happened is, like, when they were making 2, the real script got out, so they had to come up with other alternatives and release alternatives out there. So then, what they started doing going forward was releasing information out there as leaks.
Okay.
Yep, as leaks to throw.
To try to get ahead of it. Yeah.
Yep. So,
dude, and I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that's the case because, again, you heard it here, folks. We said it multiple times. You probably heard it here first. The only way this works, if it is Sydney, is her reminiscing and talking about the past, and it's a prequel. Somehow, it's a prequel that ties all this stuff in. Other than that, if it is AI, like we're guessing, Jesus Christ, man! If Sam's not in it, this is going to be another bad Scream movie, and I think this is what's going to finally put the nail in the coffin and just kill this damn series.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's think about this. Sidney Prescott, very smart. Gale Weathers, very smart. Are we really gonna believe that neither of them know the existence of AI technology? And there's like, oh, how are they back to life after we've shot several of them? I don't know. This is a strange one, isn't it, Scoob? Like, really? It's a 5-minute movie. It's AI. Now we just gotta find out who it is. That's it. Like, to think that this is there's gotta be something else. There's gotta be something we don't know about. And I'm hoping, because if I have to, this might be the first movie I walk out of, like, in a theater.
Well, no, I don't think there was any announcements around Wednesday starting filming for Netflix, right? Because they would have announced that.
That's true.
Wednesday went to filming.
No, it's been, they started. They announced it.
They did?
They announced
and
it.
Even if...
Yeah, they've been releasing images and stuff.
Even if they did go ahead and do that, Jenna Ortega, spanning her career, is, even when she was young, The girl works. She works.
Yep.
She does voice character work. She does TV shows. She does movies, and she does
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff at the same time as a kid and a teenager. When they made Scream 1, 2, and 3, Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox were also pulling double duty, Party of Five, and Friends, where they would
Friends.
film the movie on the weekends and they would be on set for the TV series during the week. So there is a very good chance that, like Danny was saying, the red herring is what we're seeing, and that we're going to get Sam and Tara back in the next film, and they just haven't announced it yet.
Oh my god, that would be so great. That would be so great because again, dude, what are they gonna do? Call the different voices, right? Instead of Ghostface, it's Sydney, help me, and it's like Dewey and all this other shit. Like and then if they do this, it would be corny as hell. If they legit have like someone wearing a suit, like Invisible Man, but it looks like Dewey walking across, and it's just like, and then they run into the room and get stabbed by Ghostface. Oh my god. It would be so trash, man.
In the movie. They're probably filming that scene right now. I was like, ah, shit. They got
Oh,
it.
I hope they see this. I hope Spyglass, you see this and like, no.
Do better. Do better.
God. Yeah, do better.
Watch them go Mission Impossible. Watch them go Mission Impossible.
Oh my god, the fucking mask. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god, the killer's Tom Cruise.
Yeah. The ultimate homage to Halloween and Mission Impossible is we start including masks in there. So we have
Masks on masks.
Look,
Oh my
the
god.
AI
God.
He's still gonna pass out.
AI face doesn't work. Go and look at the movie AI that came out last year. God awful because they used an AI face on the slashers and that. And I sat down, I went in there with low expectations. The first 3 minutes, we have an opening scene in AI, and then we reveal the face. And I yelled. I very rarely yell out in the theater, but I yelled out, "Oh shit! This movie's gonna suck so bad," and it was. It was an absolute shit fest. The artificial intelligence.
Was anybody else in
that
the theater
came
with
out.
you?
No, There was 3 other people in the theater with me when I yelled it out. There was 3 other people, and I was just, oh my god! So they can't face. It's already been done. It's absolutely.
They have
horrible.
explicitly. It's been said by many a people that it's so hard to manipulate the face digitally or with AI because it's something that people register right off the bat. Something they go for right off the bat. So even like when you're watching the Spider-Man 2 train scene. Amazing scene, amazing CGI, but his Doc Ock's face kind of looks stupid because it's so easily like it's something that you pattern onto. Like so, like when you're talking to someone, I'm not looking at their hands, I'm not looking at their chest, I'm looking at their face. So it's what the face focus. When you focus on the face, and AI is a mask. Oh my god.
No, Noah, I can see them. What Marcus said makes a lot of sense. You actually have these actors playing themselves, right?
Yeah,
in
that
it,
makes sense.
and then all of a sudden it glitches out, right? That's the effect.
yeah,
it glitches
yeah.
out, and then it's Ghostface.
That'd be so
King
silly. It would be
King
so
Matthew
silly.
may be onto something here. I kind of like this. So he has, if you remember, Ghostface still has Dewey's voice and the voice changer from Scream 3. If they're bringing the voice changer back, imagine Dewey's voice to kill Gale. I like that.
Wasn't he cast?
I like that. He is.
He was cast.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Then it's going to be like we said. It's going to be like Marcus said. It's going to be Dewey in the flesh. Ah! And then Gail's like, oh my god. And she's like spilling her guts out to him. I love you and I'm so sorry. Ah! And then all of a sudden, Dewey stabs her. What? Ah! And it's like, come on, bro. Come on. No one's gonna like
so
that.
bad.
No one. Dude,
It's
it's
so
going to be
bad.
terrible.
Bad.
Oh, well,
It's going to be
here's-
terrible.
So now I'm
You want
continuing down the AI voice route. I think King Matthew actually puts a Band-Aid over it, where you have Roman, who has a collection of voices from previous ghost faces and characters in the film. They can pull that into the AI. So that's a possibility.
Wasn't his changer in the museum?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you only had
Yeah,
one.
yeah. No, I was just asking, did they
Yeah.
bring it? I couldn't remember if they brought it in.
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but again, we're using old shit that we've done plenty of times. Why? Again, why?
Because
I
that's-
get it.
But that's this new trilogy, it has done the previous beats from the first and second film, and even parts of the. That's all it's been. It's been a recycle of their original trilogy.
The same thing with Star Wars, but those movies were just bad.
Yeah, and so have these Screams, except for 5. 5 was pretty on point, and then it's like, okay, cool, now we're gonna get something new, right? And I don't know, man.
We got zombie Ghostface mask.
My feelings on Scream in general at this point is like the bar is so low, and somehow you're still playing Limbo in hell. I don't get how they managed to make it worse. Every
so invested in such a
time,
shit show.
Other than Scream 4, which was a pleasant surprise, they just got
That didn't even get its
worse.
recognition either.
Yeah,
I got worse.
I do
Scream
like
5
5
was
though.
maybe
Yeah.
okay for most of it. Most of it maybe. But other than that, a lot of just stupid story things. And Scream 6 was an enjoyable theater experience, but it wasn't a good movie. I don't watch that movie by myself. I don't watch that movie with friends. I don't watch that movie with Noah. And I already don't watch a lot of movies with Noah.
We don't watch movies together.
They should have just, again, after 5, reestablished the requel. They did the requel rules, all the stuff, which is great. They already passed the baton. Make something different. And then, again, Scream 6 opening. You had, okay, cool. We have the cult that we were following because after Richie and Amber said they met each other on Reddit. And then all of a sudden you have different killers in the beginning. You're like, all right, cool. This is awesome. We're going to venture out. And then all of a sudden,
fell apart.
Like we kept talking about in every, like, I think every Scream, like, prediction / like news, like, thing that we've done, like, they should just go down the Ghostface cult or whatever the hell they call it. Like they should just go down that route and actually explore, like, okay, so there's a lot of these guys everywhere, and they're just doing this as a ritual to become a part of the Ghostface cult, and then have a lot of, like, endgame moment. This could be their endgame.
Yep. Oh my God.
you could have Ghostface fighting each other for the kill.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be fucking dope. A Mortal Kombat style Ghostface fight scene trying to kill each other off because, like, it's my kill. You know what I mean?
The story is written. Kevin Williamson already wrote that. That was the original Scream 5. Is if Jill survived, she was getting hunted by another Ghostface. So we would have had a Ghostface versus Ghostface. So the story is written. It's written already, so we can do it. But let's take a look at some comments here. So we got Pretty Kitty. They're bringing new characters, so that might be good. Yeah. I think
The only new
Sydney's
character
kids.
that I like.
Sydney's
The only
kids
new
that are going to
character
be in
that I
there.
like
Dumbass
is Ace
husband.
Vernon from Jim V. That's it. Because I like that kid as an actor. He's good in Jim V and The Boys. I'm hoping he's a Ghostface. That's it. That's all.
I'm
I care
excited for
about.
Sydney's husband.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
Heel Noah in this. Oh my God, dude! Seriously,
You can see him. That's the bad part. We can see this heel.
we need John Cena as a Ghostface. You'll never see it coming.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You get the clear cloak. You get the invisibility cloak.
Look, all I'm gonna say, the character that I'm excited.
I'd rather
is
watch
Anakin.
that. I think I'd rather watch that.
That right there.
Who's she playing?
Anakin. I think she's Leslie
He
Mocker.
doesn't, sir.
I think she's
Huh?
Leslie Mocker. I think she's Leslie Mocker. She's Stu.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is,
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Yep.
Ugh.
Yep. All right, let's take a look at another comment here about Scream. I feel like Scream 7 has to have a major death. They can't kill Sydney because it's Nev's contract that brings me to Gail. Gail should have died 2 movies ago. Has to die since Dewey's gone. Exactly. Gail's arc had ended. She should have died.
They bring Dewey back to kill him again.
The exact
Dude.
way
Oh
just
my
because
God.
she isn't needed anymore.
Your services are no longer required. Be gone.
Again, and also what Marcus said before too. Like I said, there's a lot of things that it's so funny that us fans can create such good shit, and then the production studios don't. Because, like, even if, like Marcus said, they try to do a new Nightmare, right? That, it's the actors, they're on the set of Scream 7, right? And this is why, yada yada. And then you see, what's his breath? The guy that plays Stu. What's his real name? I keep forgetting.
Matthew
Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. Yeah, Matthew Lillard. And you have all these original guys on set, and it's just like, it's a Scream reunion, and then it's Scream in real life. That still doesn't work. right? It's so campy, bro. Like I don't know, man. It's just
Look,
I don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, I
know what?
think I would genuinely rather that. I would genuinely
Ugh.
rather they just do the actual like actors in a Scream.
I honestly
movie.
rather they just scrap it at this point.
yeah,
I'm so
dude.
sick of this shit. I'm so sick of talking about Scream and just getting more and more frustrated. Like the more I talk about Scream, the more I want to bang my head up a wall.
Look, if they
It's
do
ridiculous.
it that way, just don't say that we're doing it because of Wes doing Nightmare. I would hate the marketing to be around Wes Craven
Yeah.
saying, "Look, well, Wes did it this
Oh
way."
my
so now we're
god. You
doing
know
the
that's
same
what they
too."
would do too. Like this isn't for him. This is for you and your wallet.
And a new nightmare was a great concept. Again, another film poorly executed. Poorly.
Yeah, it was a great
Alrighty.
concept, but you know.
Let's talk about Stream. So let's take a look.
Yeah.
There
Hey, look,
it
it's
is.
me!
Noah-
Oh,
Noah's
wait.
sleeping
Take the,
on the
take the
job.
picture up real quick.
Sleeping on the
dumbass.
job.
No,
Let's,
he ain't
yeah,
sleeping on
let's
the
wait.
job.
Take the pictures off. Take the pictures off. Take the
Wait,
pictures off.
hold on. 'Cause
What-
I'm in
what-
my
what?
suit
What is-
in the
Hold on,
back.
hold on. Cause we gotta show them the merch, my guy.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, Nerdbox merch with a QR code on the back, so you can scan us like robots.
Yep.
Love it.
So the tease
Oh
is
my
up on
God.
Facebook. It's up on YouTube. It's up on several people's sites. So we are working with Red Duke Games, a game developer that has put out several things, and they gifted us this bottle of rum based on their
That's where that went.
Nefernom cookbook and their new card game that came out. So we have we're working with Red Duke Games, working with Fuzz on the Lens Productions to view the hotel experience of Stream. So we're not going to dive too into it. We'll talk about how the weekend went and some of the cool things that you're going to see. But let's take a look. So, this is a sample board. This is not what the board's going to look like, but this is what we're
That's
testing
cool.
everything out on. So we have a bunch of cool little pieces that are out there. So the
Kind of looks
knife
like
is
Clue.
not- yeah. We'll talk about why in a second. But so the knife is not included, but that card is a scoring card that's on there. So there's a lot of cool things that are going to come with this board game that has never been done before. When it comes to board games. So when I say never been done before, there's 3 ways to play the game, but it's coming in a box that is designed by horror merchandise collectors. So me and Marcus, we met with the game developer company, and the
You mean
game
by the
box
horror
is
fans for the horror fans?
Yes,
Yes.
for the horror obsessed. So the box is the actual hotel itself, and it is the game board. So it is not a cheap cardboard box. It is going to be like an MDF type of box where it looks like the hotel, and you can display it as the hotel, or you can flip it up and you have a Stream poster that you can go ahead and get signed at conventions. So
That's
there's 2
awesome.
ways
Hell yeah.
to that box. So like looking at that, I was drooling over it. It's like, I need to. I have to display it both ways. I have to have the hotel and I have to have the box split up. But if you are a Stream fan, you will experiencing everything that is inside the movie, inside the board game that has never been done in any board game before. So there will be killing for points, and there will be other things that are going along. You'll see an announcement come in the very near future, the official announcement that will go out there. So our experience out there, as we started the show about talking about Unpub, the room was the room, but we got to get some really good feedback. We have some really cool features that we're going to add to it, and this is going to be it's exciting. I don't think any other YouTube channel that's horror based has ventured into doing board games for movies. So this is our first one, and we have some exciting ones that
Until
are
now.
probably lined out to come out afterwards. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Exciting.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I will add that
Thanks, CG.
for people that are I mean who isn't in this chat, but like for people that are unfamiliar with Stream as the movie as well, this is also just a really fun game to play. Like this is also just a genuinely fun board game. I think the most fun I had was when we had our little preliminary table the day before we had our actual table, and we were just playing it and like going over the rules and like maybe like shooting ideas back and forth about like how this could change and that could change. But like it was just really fun to play.
Every turn that goes you're kind of still invested in everyone's turn. So it's not like, you're playing Monopoly and you're just like, oh, is it my turn again? Sorry. Like you're invested in what's going on. You kind of have to be. You're even when you're not playing, you're strategizing your next moves. So as someone who's grown up in a household of board game fanatics, like I love board games, it takes a lot of things from board games that you probably don't even like off the top of your head. You can't think of them, but there's probably one or two things you can think of that in a board game really pisses you off, that it's something that could be implemented to make it more efficient or just a more fun experience. And we have, as people who are not only fans of horror but fans of board games, have worked on trying to implement those things as well, like things that really should be added into everyday board games nowadays but are not. We're working on that.
Yep,
It's awesome.
I will say the experience is like if you're in the movie itself. That's how we kind of put it. So we're actually bringing the movie experience to you, because there's things that happen in movies that are cliches and tropes and stuff like that plays out in the board game as you're going through it. So it's really nice. The word that is commonly given to us from everybody that's new that plays it is, I'm addicted to this. I need to play it more when we get together to play again. And then sometimes
I
we
can
get
second
harassed
that.
to play it. Yep. Sometimes we get harassed to play the game even when we don't have time. So some of the new features that we've come up with is probably going to be even more addictive for those people that haven't played it in a while. So really excited for it. So
and it doesn't even feel like so these games can go anywhere from a half an hour to an hour depending on how many people are in. And with these new rules involved, it has lengthened the length of the game. It does not feel like these games are taking as long as they are. That's how it's just so fun throughout the entire experience.
We started at 6 when we had the first table, and we ended at 6:30. And I was like, that felt like 15 minutes. Like it was quick.
One of our games was almost an hour.
Yep.
And it felt like half an hour.
So
it was crazy.
So say this too: it is the option to make it a party game. So you will have players playing the game, and there'll be a party going around, and we have menus.
Right. We can't say anything.
The rules. Yeah, we have the rules to make it a full party game. So everybody's going to enjoy this one. Alrighty. We have one last Scream question in there. We'll end with the Scream question. We've kind of touched on this in some previous Howling Hours. So Pretty Kitty's got on there, what if Stu turns good, like he rethinks his path in life and the cult goes
he finds
into
Jesus?
anger? Yeah. Oh my God.
He has the Book of Mormon in hand.
So Danny, go ahead. You take this one first, and we'll close with this question.
Oh boy. Here's the deal, man. When it comes to this, to be honest, if Stu turns good, that's gonna ruin everything. Honestly, it really it would be a damper to everything that we wanted him to be, etc. And then even King Matthew was just like, oh, Skeet Ulrich's coming back, and not having Sam in there. It's the same thing, man. It's like all these stuff. If you just change it on a whim, it just doesn't work. And I get it. Let's say, for instance, they really did lose both Sam and Tara, because of what happened. That's fine. But then recreate a whole new story that makes sense, that will really, because again, we already had Sydney with her trauma of the past and all this other jazz. And let's say, for instance, her family gets involved in her kids, and they take her kids, and now she has to do all this stuff. You know what I mean? It would be better to have basically Sydney as a Rambo, if you will. You know what I mean? Trying to save her kids against a bunch of ghost face instead of, all this stuff that they're leaking out and stuff. It's just wild to me that they're doing this. So if they did make Stu good, I really think it would be dumb. But then if they do it, right, and then he turns bad at the end, like, oh, it was all a part of the plan, then it's just like, we kind of saw that coming from a mile away. So honestly, like I said, Scream 7 is really in the dump right now, unless they really surprise us with a whole new story that none of us could have guessed. Just saying. That's my 2 cents.
Marcus, what do you got?
Man, I kind of, the whole retribution thing and villains becoming heroes, man, that that works in the comic book realm and stuff, but not so much in horror. At least for me, this isn't Loki becoming a good guy or anything like that. Man, Stu is a bad shit, crazy just want to balls to the wall, just have fun, unaliving folks, man. And you can't change that, man. That's what made him so fun in the first movie. And then plus the whole peer pressure thing with Billy and whatever fan story and fan theory people had with, you know, the two of them together and stuff like that. But nah, like turning him into a good guy, nah, I can't see it happening. If anything, I could see like if he is heavily involved in the film and maybe the new Ghostface or Ghost Faces or whatever backstab him and take him out, you know, or something like that. That's the only thing I can see possibly happening. But either way, like Danny said, it's in a messed up spot, and I really don't have high hopes for this film other than hoping that Melissa and Jenna are back. But that's about it. That's all I got for it, really.
And to put it to you, and to add to what you said, Marcus, seriously, if we finally got Stu, and then again it's a repeat of part one, and he gets stabbed and unalived, dude, you know how all of us are gonna fucking throw our popcorn and, you know what I mean, and we're gonna walk, man. That would be a horrible decision. It should be Stu betraying them. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if they betrayed Stu, oh my god, it would make
sense for the character since he got betrayed. You can kind of say in the first one, so he's like, I'm not gonna let that happen again.
Yep, word of mouth. If that would happen, word of mouth on this weekend would destroy the entire movie's run. I have something to add to it. It's actually a Pretty Kitty's follow-up comment, but Noah and Lucas, go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't. It makes no sense. It really doesn't, because like you bring Stu back after all this time of anticipating and theorizing and plotting his and fan all these fan show things and everything, and then he comes back in. He's Morgan from The Walking Dead. Like he's found a higher purpose in himself, and he's what is the point of that character? Like it's literally the boyfriend in Scream 6. He's just there handing the ladder across the window doing fuck all. And it really, like, what? And then what? Like, he sacrifices himself to save Sydney. That's just the ultimate stupid move right there. Like, I would hate to see him come back as some good guy. Like, it just doesn't make sense for me. And if he got betrayed and he died, to what Danny was saying, like, why would you bring him back then? You're gonna bring him back and then just spit on it. Mm-hmm. You're gonna make him a killer and then he dies. Like, yeah.
So, Pretty Kitty followed up with, it would be different, sort of be different, because you think of the TV show The Blacklist and you think of Silence of the Lambs, where I'm thinking how they would make him good is like, hey, the cult's out there. Stu, you started this. Let's go to get Stu's help and try to figure out who is in the cult. I'm thinking that would be a possible way that they would go about doing it.
Why?
Right?
Like he's Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, like Hannibal.
No, he'd be like, Red.
Yeah.
Why?
He's in the cell. They go to him for tips on how to catch the cult.
Oh,
God, what else are you going to do? You're going to have a Sydney and Stu team up, right? Are we going to have a Sydney and Stu team up if good? Because that's what's going to happen, right? We're going to have the redemption arc. Destroy. I'm stuttering. I'm so bad. It's going to destroy the entire franchise. He is a full good guy, and he goes through a character arc like that.
But like you said, Dave, even if she did that, right? Even if she did that, and you go to the cell, they have my kids, I need you, and da 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 da, right? Then all of a sudden, we're gonna have Stu at the end turn on Sydney, so there's a fight between Sydney and Stu to wrap up her story. Come on, man.
And then Dewey comes back from the dead, and RKO.
Whoa!
Yep.
Yeah.
Scott
all I have
joined
really
us a little late.
Oh.
What's up, Scotty?
Join us at the end, but how you doing?
All I really have to say to that is just kind of like what a waste of a good revenge story. Because like if they're gonna bring Stu back, stories. Like it's gonna be for revenge. Like let's be for real.
Yep.
It's
They're not.
I happened to be in the Ghostface cult that you were in this city.
Yep.
Kind of like what Scott is saying here. I agree with you, Lucas, but kind of like what Scott's saying here. Could you imagine it's not AI and then all these guys are robots? You know, like a puppet master type deal. Like, oh my God, Dewey's a robot. Right?
Halloween
3.
Yeah, Halloween 3. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He always comes back.
Alrighty, guys. I think that is it for our episode here. So next week, because everybody loves Scream and everybody loves to talk about Scream, and we like to drink, we'll introduce our
Everybody loves
drinking
Damon.
game rules for next week, and then we'll rank our unalive moments from the first film, and then maybe the following week we'll rank the characters, and we'll do that. We'll go film by film for a few weeks in Scream, and we'll have our drinking game rules that will be posted before we do that. So that should be a fun time, especially when we get to Scream 2, because we know Lucas is going off on Scream 2. Oh my God, he's going off. So everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you next weekend. Thanks for listening to us talk about Stream and some other stuff today. So we appreciate that as always, and we'll see you next week.
Peace, Peter. Peter. The horse is here.
Don't forget
Not
to
the
like
horse.
and subscribe and tell everyone and your mom about us.
Yeah.
Before we tell your mom about us.
Players cut coming soon. Oh, see, I thought I timed it right there.
Bye.